No fancy entrance today, guys. Didn't have a lot of time. I'm pretty sure I'm live right now. I hope. Waiting for confirmation. Someone in chat say that you can see me. Maybe. I don't know. It says I'm live, so I'm going to go with it. Cole says I'm good to go. I don't know why my lag here is... I'm way back. Oh, because I didn't have my chat scrolled down. No wonder. Durr. Alright, well, hello everyone. Nice hat, thank you. So, first thing, you know that I do the chat overlay. I'm looking at it down here, trying to decide if I like it. So last week I didn't put the icons, like your guys' icons there. This week they're there, so if you didn't see last week's video, go ahead and watch it, and then compare it to this one with your guys' icons. Let me know what you like better. I took them out last week to kind of save space, but I think I like it better. Hello, 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 hello. I can't say hello to everyone individually, so hello to all you guys. So I don't really have a topic tonight. I don't really know what I want to talk about. Do you like fish persons v blogs? Do you like glowfish? No, I'm not very fond of glowfish. Hello Teddy. Hello Cat Kitty. Bob. Hello. Do you like African reef cichlids? Absolutely, I do. Oh, and yeah, Happy New Year's. I haven't been on at all this year, so that's kind of nice. Haha, more jokes. Rurutu says the topic should be how long did it take you to build your fish room? I don't know. It's just ongoing. A couple years. Do I like any genetically modified fish? Not generally. Some of the longfin plecos, like the green phantom plecos, I do keep those. But as far as like the balloon rams, glowfish, stuff like that, not generally. I generally don't like them. First live stream of the new year. Yes, it is. Bob says, how many fish you have? I don't know, 1,000. That's just what I say. You have a great process for getting rid of black hair algae. Do you have any tips for keeping it away in the first place? More water changes. Trying to figure out algae is like, if there was a person that could charge to get rid of algae every single time, that person would be pretty rich. I feel like, anyways, because every tank is different. So I mean, everyone's gonna say, well, fix your parameters, do water changes. You know, you're either short on something or you have too much of something. So it takes a while to figure it out. Oh man, chat's really going tonight. Let me scroll back up. Sandman Steve says he's new to fish keeping. Welcome to the hobby. Kit Kat Kitty, what are good tank mates for German blue rams? A lot of people do cardinal tetras. Dan says, I like the chat. Not sure if I like it better than the last. I'll chime in later. Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'll rewatch this one, and then I'll rewatch the last one to see if I like these icons right here. See, in the last one, I felt like it was kind of hard to keep up because you didn't really know. Yeah, the colors are different for people's names, but I feel like the icons let you follow people a little better. I don't know. So that's what I'm going with. Tropical Freshwater Abode says your stream looks awesome. Nice work, Bob. Thank you. Noah says, what should I do for ick? I have the fish quarantined already. You want to look into a product called IckX. what did I feel like I skipped through some stuff here. Mike Carr says, what is your real job, Bob? I'm kind of an IT person. Where are you located? I want to breed super red bristlenose plecos, but there's only one strain locally. Would you ship? Says Moses. I'm going to start looking at shipping in the spring. Fish person, hello. Fish person blog says, hey Bob, can you check out my 5-gallon planted build and tell me what you should do right, what I should do right, and how I should proceed? Yes. When I rewatch this, I'll look it up, but I can't right now. So somebody suggested last live stream to go on to, go look at other people's videos and kind of watch them together. And we kind of did that with Short and Anxious video. I don't think I'm going to be able to get away with that because if somebody is listening, somebody might have a video that's not, they might have a video that has copyrighted material, and then I don't want to get my account dinged because they're listening to music that's copyrighted. So I don't think that's going to work out. But I did think it was a good idea. I just don't think I want to risk it. Louise says, is that one of your tanks? Yep. That's not how it currently looks, but this is when I was keeping it as like a jungle. Now it looks awful because I don't have time to really do anything. Discus would be good with German blue rams. Yep, if you have the room for it. Nice hat. Thank you. I got this hat as a joke. Glad people like it. Bob wants to know who will win the Super Bowl. It depends on who's in the Super Bowl. I think it'll definitely be the Patriots, but I don't know who's going to be on the NFC. Well, it'll be Green Bay or Dallas. But I think it'll be New England and Green Bay. Moses says, what are your biggest pet peeves in the hobby? My biggest pet peeve is the crappy products that all these companies are putting out. We have the technology to make good stuff, but nobody wants to do it because they want people to keep buying their crap every 6 months when it breaks. Detroit? No. I don't think Detroit's making it out of Seattle. And Seattle is playing terrible lately, so. Aqualife TV says, ever kept L181? Let me take a look. I'm going to say I haven't kept it because I don't know what it is, but I'll take a look. Pep Bristlenose? I've never heard of that before. I know the L180 and like the L183. I have a bunch of the L183, but I have not seen these L181s before. So no, I have never kept them. New England all the way. Yeah, there's no one in the AFC that's going to stop New England, but anyways, the Lizander says, do your L137s ever eat raw veggies? I don't throw in raw veggies in their tanks, so I don't know. I put in canned green beans, but I've never stuck around to see if they eat them because I usually feed them at around midnight. Lindsay Watkins says, what fish have you successfully kept with cherry shrimp? I've kept, well, right now I'm keeping bristlenose plecos and guppies in with my cherry shrimps. As long as you give them lots of place to hide. It's like in this tank right here, if I put cherry shrimp in there, they would probably live just because of all the stargrass over here and how it's just a big cluster of plants. Jasper says, could I do freshwater mollies and cherry shrimp? Your mollies would probably eat any cherry shrimp. Aqualife says, the L183 keeps the white tail So that, I don't know if you guys seen the L183, but on the fins it has like a little white stripe. That's what he's talking about. L181 gets the black tail when adult. Oh, well, I like the white stripe, so. Pavilion says, "What do these stupid numbers mean? L123. Just give them a proper name already. Some of them have names. You know, a lot of people don't know, but corridors have the same type of numbering system, except they're CW. So like CW, etc. 23. What's your recommendation on snails for cichlids? I have a snail video coming out tomorrow, but it's just you know, kind of a maintenance video. But I do keep mystery snails with my African cichlids. If that's what you're talking about, Africans. Did you specify? No. So you need to know what I need to know what kind of cichlids, like South American, African, and then maybe we can narrow it down a bit. But I do keep mystery snails with my African. Corey says, "Hey Bob, I have some blue-eyed cutter eye. How do I sex them? And can they live with some blue?" Um, I call it Ollie, but I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And OB Peacock, currently in different tanks, but same water parameters. Uh, Let me look up the scientific name on these real quick. I mean, if you're keeping them in the same water parameters, you probably could, but I don't know that I would do it, if that makes sense. Something was blocked. I'm not sure what that was. Jackal Gaming says, "What plants don't need CO2? Almost all plants don't need it. But if you want to get, I've found that if you want to get reds, like, oops, this way, like this plant here, it would not be red without CO2. Or, like, if we come over here, where am I at? This plant right here that's kind of orange, the CO2 will color that up nicely. Well, obviously highlight too, but that's like Cuphea angulodia or something like that. But like the stargrass, the dwarf chainsword, a lot of these stem plants technically don't need CO2. Rurudu says, I have cherry shrimp with black mollies, and they will be fine as long as you feed the fish daily and have plants for the shrimp to hide in. Yeah, that's kind of what I touched base about, like on this tank here. I could keep cherry shrimp in here because there's just a crap ton of plants. Travis, hey Bob, what do you feed your multi-fry? I just noticed my first fry in my Shelly tank today. Most of my multi-fries eat off the algae, and I'd put powdered food in there, like golden pearl, any type of fry food like Akari First Bites. They eat all of that. So any type of like fry powder food. Also have some New Life Spectrum powder food. Flynn's gonna be a busy man. I feel like I'm missing a lot of chat here. Short and Anxious is here. Kayla's here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Flynn's talking about his summer tubbing. I get it now. How do you tell the difference between male and female mystery snails? I have no idea. If there's a way, I don't know it. Is Inglorious Betta's here? I didn't see her. Inglorious Betta's, yeah. Just finished up all my tanks. Also upgraded my glow lights to a 20 gallon and moved my cherry shrimp to the 10 gallon. Only just turned off the hose on the 90. Sounds like you've been working. You guys see how this chat goes? This is why everyone complains about chat. Can you keep minnows with betas temp at 70 or lower? I'm pretty sure you can't keep betas at 70 or lower, so I'm going to say no. The Ultimate says, "What's up, Big Steen? Hello?" It is a mystery. Yes, it is. Oh, here's, see, I missed this too. Will Anubias cophifolia die in a very high light environment? Maybe. You can burn them out, but it would have to be like maybe right up towards the top of the water column. I'm trying a new thing over here. So this is the chat you see on the screen. This is what I'm scrolling through. And then I also have a different screen where the chat is live, so that if someone asks a question and I need clarification or I ask for clarification, hopefully they'll give me clarification on the live chat. So it's a little bit distracting, but I'm trying it. Don't all snails have male and female parts? Kind of. There are some that don't, though. Can I keep betta and a guppy together? Yep, on my tank right here I have a betta and a male guppy, and they're doing just great. Steenfott, will you ever keep a goldfish? It would really help with that duckweed. Well, it would also not help with all the cherry shrimp and guppy fried that are in there with the duckweed. I see Joel is here. Howdy ho, he says. Hello, Joel. 3 a.m. here in Italy. That might be the first person that said they're from Italy, so that's a new one. At least as far as I can remember. How would I go about selling, getting rid of my goldfish and turtles? Do you have a local fish store that would take them? You could try to take them in there, maybe get some credit, or sell them on Craigslist. Okay, it's talking about human female parts there. I'll skip that one. Angelo says, "How's it going, Bob? I currently have a 2-to-1 ratio on female to male rainbows in my 55-gallon tank. You think I could add more males without problems?" Yeah. There's a lot of people that keep male-only tanks, but I definitely wouldn't recommend like a 5-to-1 male to female ratio. Kayla says, "Bob, you never took Mr. Guppy out?" Nope. I even named him. Oh, someone needed help. Where did it go? Here we go. Tyler Frakes. I need help. I have 75-gallon on cinder blocks, 12 of them to be exact, and it is sitting on 2 2x4s. How do I level it first off, and is this good enough to support the weight? It depends on how you have it. Like, do you have, so you have 12 cinder blocks. Do you have like 4 stacks of 3? And then what I would do is I would do 2 stacks of cinder blocks and like 3 or 4 2x4s. And then you only have to level one side. That's how I would do it. But I don't know what kind of configuration you have on your cinder blocks, so that makes it kind of hard to answer that question. Pavilion says goldfish are boring. Okay. Charles Fish Tanks is here. Says my new angels are coming in tomorrow. Are those the Leopoldi? I don't remember. That's what you said you got. Teddy Lopez has got to go. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, what light are you using on the tank in the background? This tank in the background has 2 Phoenix Planet Plus lights. 36 inch. This is a 40-gallon breeder and 2 36-inch Phoenix Planet Plus. And yes, there is CO2 kind of in the back right corner up here where you can see my cursor. Eric says, "Thank you for your wonderful videos." Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Just one is run down. Okay. Charles says, yep, they're the Leopoldi. Awesome. I hope you put a video of them. Willie says, got a female orange Molly, and she is pregnant. Is there a way to know when they're going to be fry, and should I put her with other pregnant fish, or that's bad for the fry? So I don't know that there's a way to tell when she's gonna drop them, except other than keeping track of if you happen to know when when you first saw them. But I would recommend just putting a lot of plants in there, or like a spawning mop, something like that, something for the fry to hide in. What do you layer your substrate in your planted tanks, Bob? Oh, sorry, Kayla, do you layer your planted tanks? So this tank right here is like a mixture because this tank has gone through so many transformations. It kind of makes me sad how good this tank used to look. So here it is in this video. This is what this tank looks like, right? Here is what it used to look like back when I actually used to keep up on trimming. And so yeah, that was pretty sweet. And then also, this is when I took out all the background plants and added the dwarf hair grass and just kind of trimmed everything back. So this tank used to look really good. And if you want to see what it looks like now, this is what it looks like now. Just a complete mess. I've got algae along the bottom. Just small pockets of it coming back. The only thing in here that I really like right now is the crypt that's right above my head. But I miss this. I miss the jungle look. Okay, I'm going to scroll past some of these. Sorry. If you have time on Facebook, you should help us expand our group called Fish Freaks. Please give us a shout out. We have exclusive discounts from Beantown Aquatics for our members. Alright, there you go. Schooling fish that like hard water. Schooling fish that like hard water. There's actually a lot of tetras that can be adjusted to hard water. But any specific? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Ian just ordered half black leopard guppies and tequila sunrise guppies. Any tips on caring for them? Not really any different than any other guppies. I keep mine at about 70, 72 degrees. My pH is 7. My TDS, I just checked it, was around 300. And they do just fine. Yeah, Michael says his tetras do fine in hard water. Yeah, I think most tetras are going to do good. What else did I miss? What is your favorite aquarium book? I don't know. I have a lot of actually magazines, but as far as a book, I don't know. I have some of the cichlid books, but I've never actually read them because they're still wrapped in plastic, and I don't really want to open them. But yeah, most of my knowledge comes from reading internet. So, video of the new angels will be up tomorrow. Awesome. Did you get the rack of 20 gallons done? Yeah, I think that was in my last video, my Saturday video. I think I got my yellow shrimp moved in, and that was the end of it. I'm still actually waiting for UPS to show up with my power strip. It's supposed to be here today, still not delivered. Caleb says, I'm back to watch another good live stream. Technical feedback, text on video blurry at 144p and think it was fine the first day you tried this. Well, I didn't change anything with the text overlay as far as settings. That's exactly the same, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I would imagine it would be blurry up to like 480. Oh, here we go. Yes, I have 3 blocks in each corner. The blocks are only 16 inches long, so they won't reach front to back, and the 2x4s are along the long sides. If you could build like a square top out of 2x4s and like plywood or something, and then set that on there, that would make it easier to level. Kayla says that tank looks awesome. Still, I like the bushy look. Yep. The twig cat, I think, is still in there. I see him about every 2 to 3 months. Usually, if you look at the all the way up there on the outflow on the spray bar, sometimes he hangs out up there. Yao Ming Yen says, "What's a fish you always want to keep but can't find the time for?" It's mainly about finding the fish, not about finding time for. As far as what's a fish that I've always wanted to keep, I feel like people are probably getting tired of me answering this, but it's the Bentachromis tricotti. Wait, no, I missed it. I went to get a drink. What I was saying is build like basically a tabletop out of 2x4s and plywood or whatever you want to put the top on, and then set that whole top on the cinder blocks and then level it. I think that would probably be easier if you have those resources. Abby says she has 3 books on fish and 5 on reptiles. Yeah, I don't even think I could count how many magazines I have, but just a couple books. Where did it go? Flynn says, okay, gotta go everyone. Have a great night. See you later, Flynn. Flynn's calling it early tonight, man. It's only 6:30. Cole says, leave your filters on 24/7. Yeah, your filters should be on all the time. Penny wants to know if I plan on entering any of my fish in competitions or shows in the upcoming years, or shows this coming up year. No, I would never put my fish through that after seeing what they go through at the Chicago Aquatic Experience. I don't think an award is worth putting my fish through that. Now, if I had some good-looking shrimp, I would enter shrimp, but the fish, I was not very impressed. Let's see, you're answering a question. Nathan asked, blue-green algae question. I'm not too familiar with your videos and really wondering what I can do to fix it. I've tried Algae Fix, Malefix, and adjusting lighting and adding plants. Help needed. So blue-green algae is bacteria, not actually algae. And depending on where it is, if you just have like a small section of it, or if it's on like a piece of wood or a piece of rock, you can take it out and spray it with hydrogen peroxide, and it'll just wash right off and generally won't come back. If it's in your substrate, that's going to be a little harder, and you can go on to Amazon, and on Amazon search blue-green algae, and you'll come up with some antibacterial specifically for it. It's like $16 for a little itty-bitty thing of it, but I've used that in the past and it's worked. What's the CO2 setup on this tank, Bob? It's like a 10-gallon tank, an Aquatec regulator, and just a like little disc diffuser. Nothing fancy. Hi, Bob. Carlos from Puerto Rico, wishing you a Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Carlos. Good to see you in here. And it says, thank you so much. I'll grab it now. Man, you really just scroll past so much. Tropical fish success says you have to find the problem, excessive nutrients or excessive lights. I mean, that's certainly the case with algae. I don't know if it's the same with blue-green algae since it's technically not algae. Maybe it is though. You're probably right. Just, you know, since it's bacteria, not algae, it might be a little different. Bob O'Brien says, do you have dogs or cats? I have a dog. It's a Husky Shepherd mix, and she's doing fine for anyone that's been following. She's recovering really well. Okay, come back down. Thank you so much. Yeah, I missed the blue-green part. Is Kyle here, Kayla? I've not seen Kyle yet. Bob says, what tetra can you put in 8 pH? Almost all of them. I don't think I would be too worried about it. Tyler says, do you like the Mariners? Nope, I do not. Sorry if you do. Jim Job says, what's up, all? Hey, Bob. Hey, I still got to message you about the about the moss. I haven't forgot about it yet. Reading Dwarf Cichlids by that guy. Michael says, I dosed erythromycin to fix it per Corey at the co-op. It worked great on the blue-green algae. Yeah, that stuff works awesome. Kayla says, glad your doggy's doing okay. Yep. She actually chased someone down at around 1 o'clock in the morning last night. It was kind of funny. Cool tank, thank you. What is that fish with the yellow tail? Can't quite make it out on my phone. Is that also cardinal tetras? Those are neon tetras, and the yellow tail is a Bose Monty rainbow fish. Bose Monty. No problem. Anytime you're ready. Oh, thank you. I don't know. I'm very forgetful. Honestly, I just forget. I've got so many people that message me all the time. But I remembered it yesterday when I was at work, and by the time I made it home, I forgot again already. Joel says, Bob, have you attempted the soda plus citric acid CO2 DIY approach, or any opinions on it other than other DIY approaches? I've tried a few different. I did try the citric acid, and it just wasn't reliable. It was such a pain in the butt. I mean, it felt like every 2 or 3 days I had to go and adjust something on it or add more of this. Yeah, and in the end, it was just, you know, just look around on Craigslist and you can get a CO2 bottle for really cheap. The Aquatec regulators are really cheap, and it's just so much easier. This tank here, I think it's like a 10 or 15 pound CO2 bottle, and I think it's gonna go. I've had it for about a year, and it'll probably be another year before I have to refill it. And even then, it's only gonna be like 20 bucks. So that's way easier than having to deal with any DIY CO2 system. Can you substitute frozen bloodworms for blackworms to get corys to breed? Yeah, probably. I don't think it's as much protein, but it should work. Matthew, hello. Tropical fish success. Have you ever overdosed CO2? Yes, I have, on accident. Luckily, I caught it in time, and I just started doing continual water changes. I was draining it and filling it at the same time, and I added a bunch of air stones, and ended up not losing any fish. But I walked into the I don't even know how it happened, but the CO2 was just bubbling crazy fast, I mean, it looked like an air stone in there, except it was CO2, and all the fish were on the surface. It was just a mess. I don't even know how it happened. Do I have any? Nick asks if I have any experience with endemic Madagascar cichlids. Do you intend to? I've had the bleaker eye, which I think is that Madagascar. I'm not sure. I only had it for about 2 months, and it was too angry, so I got rid of it. But as of right now, I don't have any plans for Madagascar cichlids. What is the best substrate for fry? I don't know. There's kind of debate. Some people don't use any substrate at all. It really doesn't matter for fry, though, to be honest. Hey, Penny, I had to turn my phone off before I could say hi. Nope, not a fan of them either. I like the Dodgers, lived in LA County for years. Who's your baseball team then? I don't watch baseball. I used to when I was in high school, when the Mariners were good, like 100 years ago. But they've been bad for so long, and it's so boring that I really don't watch it. Sorry. I'm not saying that baseball is boring. I'm saying watching the Mariners is extremely boring. Is that Hasbrosis or Aspidoris in the tank? It's probably, so there are Hasbroses. That sounds weird. But there have been Aspidoris in here too. The Kudo punctatus or something like that. Right now they're in a 33-gallon tank that I have. My dog knocked over my yeast mix with no check valve and had 3 bottles in it. It spewed brown crap all in my 55-gallon. Miraculously, nothing died. Well, that's good, Michael. What time do I end the stream? I probably won't go past 8 o'clock today. What's your dosing schedule for that tank? When it was like this, I was doing the EI method, dry ferts, which if you don't know what that is, it's you're basically fertilizing every day and then doing a big water change on the 7th day. Bob, you're not as old as you make us believe. I'm pretty old. Have you ever kept Australian red clay crayfish? No, they're all illegal in my state. I will be breeding fish for profit in my 29, but want to use mollies instead of guppies. How many shrimp should I start with so the mollies don't eat them? Depends on how many mollies you start with. Because if you start with 100, then you're going to need like 1,000 shrimp. Plenty of plant cover will be provided. Well, when I did my guppies, I started with 12 guppies and 20 shrimp. And that worked out well for me. Obviously, platies are probably going to eat a lot more shrimp than guppies. I'm trying something Corey from Aquarium Co-op suggested, which is add 1 teaspoon of instant ocean sea salt per 20 gallons of water to add extra minerals to the water for mollies. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Tyler says, you don't care. I was just wondering because you always rep the Hawks. Have you ever dirted a tank? Yes. So this one, I believe, yeah, this tank right here at this point was dirted. So it's basically dirt along the bottom, kind of like along here, and then I had a 5-gallon bucket of this sand and Eco Complete kind of mix that I put on top of it. So yeah, this tank right here was dirted. You were just wondering because I always rep the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks and the Sounders. I have a 55 and it's running a canister filter rated 260 gallons per hour, and I have a power head with some filter floss. Is this enough filtering? I have 10 giant Danio, 2 mollies, 5 guppies, 3 shrimp, and 5 tetras. I would say so. Chance says to grow a mountain man beard. Man, my beards are horrendous, and I've tried, and just itches. I get it to where it starts to fill in, and it just itches and itches and itches, and I get too impatient to make it past that itching stage, and so I just shave it off. Ron says, oh, Ron's here. Nice to see you again. What's the best source for snails for puffers? Depends on what size snails you need, but I have one tank that I overfeed like crazy just to get snails. And that is by far the best way that I've gone about doing it. Yep, Rurutu says grow your own snails. Yep. That's how to do it. Lucas ain't the most tech savvy Charles. I think I missed something. Have I ever kept a leopard pleco? Have any experience with them? I have one about 5 inches. If you mean leopard frog pleco, I do have a small group of those. Why is my chat's different than the live chat? Like, I feel like I'm missing a lot doing it this way, but I'm gonna keep doing it this way. See if I can get used to it. Okay, let's go back up. Karma Key Farm says, look good the way you are, no beard. Yeah, I pretty much just let it grow until a day that I'm not feeling lazy, and then I shave it. Penny says, I was watching a program about cichlids, and the subject came up about hybrids. Some people are really opposed to that. Why so? I don't get it. I'm opposed to hybrids because if I ever want to sell a fish, I want the people to know what they're getting. So, like in this tank here at the time, there's only Bosemani rainbow fish. So if I get fry, the rainbow fry in there, I know exactly what they are. Now in this tank, there are 2 different types of rainbow fish. So if they are a fry, I would never sell them because I don't know. Are they Bosemani? Are they the Wamonenses? Are they a cross? So that's why I'm opposed to it. But I mean, there's a lot of fish that are man-made cross that now are like staples in the hobby. So it's just personal preference, really. I was given a 40-gallon tall, and I have a rack from Lowe's. This is from Megan. Could I lay some 2x4s or thick plywood in place of the press board and use the tank for the 40-gallon because it doesn't touch the edges? You could probably do it with 2x4s. I would do thick plywood and then replace the press board with thick plywood and then run 2x4s across it. That's how I've done it because I've used the Lowe's. If you're talking about the Lowe's double stand, which I think, like this is the Lowe's double stand with 40-gallon breeders. And I've done this with like 20-gallon longs where I've just laid 2x4s across it on top of plywood. I wouldn't do it on the press board. Do DIY storage tote aquariums last that long? Depends on the tote, really. I mean, some of them are really cheap, and the thin-walled ones, those are not going to last very long. But like Home Depot has those thick black ones. Those are the ones I use, and they do bow quite a bit if you actually fill them all the way to the top. And I actually use clamps to keep them from bowing. But I've never kept anything in there longer than like a week. It's usually always been temporary, so I don't think I would trust it long term. Okay, I just scrolled past everything. Do you plan on setting up self-cloning crayfish when your Mabu puffer gets larger? Cole, I do not, because they're illegal here. But yes, I do. Charles says at Joel, so if I order shrimp on Monday and if he ships on Tuesday, would he have already shipped my order? You guys must be talking about something else. I like Lucas's editing on his videos. Oh, here we go. Now I'm back to where I was. One of my baby Corys is not really eating. This is from Abby, and when my other Cory swims next to it over the baby, he does not really move. Do you know maybe what might be happening? Sorry, but not a clue on fry. Really hard to diagnose anything with fry, at least for me. Tommy Tank says Bob. I'll say Tommy. Sorry, I meant leopard pleco as in gibiceps. I don't know. Do you have an L number? Oh, are you guys talking about ordering from Lucas? I got tracking info from my shrimp order from Lucas. I ordered on his site and not Facebook, though. How many caves should a ram have? I always try to provide multiple caves and then let him pick whichever one he likes the best. Joel says, might have missed this week's order. Message his page on Facebook. He's quick to reply on that. Yeah, if you're messaging Lucas, just remember that that's a pretty popular guy, so if he doesn't answer you back in like 30 minutes, don't get upset. Bob, I use hydrogen peroxide on my Nubius and it is killing it all. Just a few minutes, just like you did. I don't know. Mine are thriving. So, was it my last live stream video? You can see the Anubias is just really green. There's no blackbeard on it, or blackbeard algae on it at all. So I'm not sure what could have happened there. He may not have shipped. Oh, racing 1278. How did I miss that you were here? He may not have shipped in Monday due to the holiday. Yeah, the post office was closed on Monday, if I remember right. Let's see. We'll do this. He only ships one time per week, I believe. I know he shipped my order on a Tuesday. Karma Key Farm says, do all albino bushy nose stay small? No. If not, can I tell them apart? As far as like sexing them, if that's what you're talking about, I have some that are about 5-6 inches, and males have the bushy nose and females don't. I don't know. I'm sorry if that's not what you were asking, but they do not stay small. Same, I got the order confirmation, but not a follow-up email with the tracking number. Is it bad to have highlight on an Anubias tank? No, I know a lot of people that do it. As long as it's not super highlight and your Anubias isn't at the, like right under it, it shouldn't be a problem. Would you like to create a fish and have it named after you? No, I'd rather discover a fish, and it doesn't necessarily have to be named after me, but that would be cool. I'd rather just discover it. Penny says, I see, I understand that now. Thank you. Well, thank you. Rutu says, Lucas only ships on Tuesday. Thank you. Thanks, Bob. Thank you, Megan. Always good to see you here. And I just skipped through everything. D Nice, Happy New Year's to you. Can I sub frozen bloodworms and still get corridors to breed instead of live blackworms? Yep, you should be able to. It's not as much protein, but it should still be pretty good. What ferts would you use if you're not wanting to add more nitrate to your tanks? Dry ferts. I think you're going to have to use dry ferts or the Aqua Vitro line. You should be able to get stuff that is more specific. But I think the best bet is going to be dry fertilizers. If you go personal, you won't see it. Oh yeah, if you send Lucas a message directly and you guys aren't friends, you probably won't see it for like 2 years. At least I know I don't. When people send me messages that aren't friends with me, it goes into like that special Facebook folder that I never look at. Man, I scrolled by a lot. Charles, I would message the Aqua Rooms. You could try to message them through Facebook. I could try to message him right now. Tell you what, let's see if I can message him right now. I'm kind of only knowing half the story here, so sounds like you ordered fish or shrimp from the website and you don't have a tracking number. Let me see. Here we go. Falling way behind more in the chat. Okay, so I'm way behind in the chat, and of course I scrolled past everything. I dipped my Nubius in bleach, and the Nubius was just fine. Yeah, and a Nubius is bleach is way more rough on plants than hydrogen peroxide, so I really don't know what happened to your Nubius. Okay, I guess all I can do is wait. Well, we'll see if he answers me. I just messaged Lucas for you. Where Yao Ming Yen asks, where did you get your green dragon plecos from? There's actually a local breeder that's about 15 minutes away from me that I got them from. So I just lucked out there that he happened to be that close. Love the layout. Looks great on my TV via the Xbox app. That's good to know. Thank you. Okay, we're back to the Corey question, so I think I can go down. Okay, Joel says, Bob, is LED better than fluorescent tubes only from a cost perspective? I don't know that one's better than the other. I don't like having to replace fluorescent tubes and having to keep track when I need to replace them. But people swear one way or the other that one's better. There's other people that have success with both. I've kept fluorescent on this tank here with no problems. On my 75-gallon tank that's all Crips, well, mostly Crips, that was Phoenix LEDs, and I got rid of those. And now it's just T8 bulbs, and everything's still growing just fine. So definitely better from a cost perspective. Everything else is kind of subjective. Yep, know that. I ordered on Monday in hopes that he'd be able to ship on his usual day. Yep, Joel and Sistress Bob. Favorite rainbow species? I don't know the name of it, but Gary Lang has it. Of ones that I do know the name, the Bosemani, which are the ones in this tank, are some of my favorites, and I also like the Parkinsoni, which are kind of similar, but they get a little longer. Maybe you will discover that special fish when you go to Peru. Yep, that's the goal. Now I can't scroll down. Here we go. Tyler says, I've been curing a piece of driftwood in a storage bin for almost 3 months. No leaks, just bows a little bit. I keep the lid on it and an air stone going to keep the air in the toad. 3 months? That's pretty good. I remember I had a piece of wood that I kept in a tank out in the garage for like 6 months before it finally sank. That was annoying. EJ Fishes 76. Hi Bob, will dwarf aquarium bulbs root okay in a small size gravel? Happy New Year to you. I don't think you have to worry about it. Most everything is going to come out of the bulb. If it doesn't root, it'll just run across the... Okay. Someone asked me earlier if there were aspidoras in this tank, and there he is right there. But anyways, back to your question. I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think it'll grow just fine. And Happy New Year to you too. How do you keep a betta from eating swordtail fry? You're going to have to put one of them into a different tank. I don't know. Some, like my betta is not touching this guppy. Was in there since a fry and never touched it. It hasn't touched any of the cherry shrimp that are in there. But other bettas would have just shredded them. So, you know, it kind of depends on the attitude of your betta. But if he's eating your fry, you're going to have to move him. Okay, did he send it to you on Tuesday? When did you place the order? Oops. Still talking about your shrimp order. What kind of shrimp did you get? Did I miss that? I don't know if you said it. I might have missed it. I just collected some nice driftwood at my local lake. How do you go about prep it for your tank? I usually just, when I get wood, I'm not really too worried about it, but I do spray it with hydrogen peroxide and just kind of scrub it down, and that's about all I do. Hey Bob, don't scientists find new species of fish every year in the Amazon? Yep, I'd say it's pretty good odds. Had any experience with L83 pleco? I'm going to say no, but I'm going to look it up. L83 pleco. Oh, okay, that's the one you were talking about. That's like that's a sailfin pleco, right? If that's a sailfin pleco or a variant of it, no. I do not keep sailfin plecos, so no. It's not that I don't like them, I just don't have really space for something like that. Gavin says, Bob, did you ever watch the Fish Guys Expedition videos on YouTube? If not, you should check it out. No, I never actually heard of them. I'll have to check it out later. Okay, my tilapia is getting big fast. Okay. Thomas says, I need to know how old you are. No, you guys are just trying to steal my identity. You don't need to know my birthday. I'm just kidding. He says, I have and I love their expeditions. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up. Pavilion says, Bob, what should I have for dinner tonight? I want some French toast. That's what I want for dinner. Yep, French toast for dinner. That's what I'm craving. Also, big fish nerds. I like fish nerds. Whiskey says, "Hey Bob, my discus spawned first time last night. I caught it on video. That's cool. Sashimi whiskey. How aftershock bettas? How long are you running your aquarium lights? Dosing regimen for liquid and dry ferts? My lights are on for about, I don't know, maybe 9 hours a day, and I don't do dry ferts anymore. Right now I'm doing liquid ferts, and really depends on what kind of liquid ferts. Like the aquarium co-op, I'm dosing like every other day in this tank right here. Good night, Bob. 4 a.m. here. Well, thanks for staying up and watching. Bob is 88,019 years old and is born on May 4th. He might be the last remaining Jedi. Could be. Could be. Tyler says, that's why I'm curing mine so long. The chlorine and a little bit of bleach the first... I can't read it over there. Just, I lost it. Chlorine and just a little bit of bleach the first month should kill all the wild bacteria. And one more month with and I'll trust it. What's going on with your group of L134s? Lauren Clark wants to know. I'm still just growing them out. Nothing really special. What's going on with your group of L134s, Lauren? Stuffed French toast, strawberry preservatives, and cream cheese. Well, I don't know anything about that. I just want French toast. I don't want any cream cheese. Bob's a puppet. If you look carefully, you can see the strings. Yep. There's one right here. One right here. Somewhere. Old Bob Kenobi. Yeah. Joel says, I've liked out of curiosity. How does likes help the channel? It just helps with user engagement, and basically YouTube promotes your channels off of mainly two things, and that's user engagement and advertising. So if you don't put any advertising on your videos, YouTube won't show it to anyone. Smallest tank you would breed a trio of bristlenose plecos in, a 20-gallon. I keep my super red trio in a 20-gallon. What was your favorite band when you were 16? I don't know. I was kind of a punk when I was 16. Maybe the Beatles, they had just came out. Tyler says, I feel dumb buying wood for future tanks I know I can find and cure wood for. But I have bought wood for certain looks like spider and Malaysian. Yeah, I've got a good source for like spider wood by me, but I haven't told it to anyone yet. I bet Lucas is doing water changes because he hasn't responded to me yet. The Lizander says, what do you feed your omnivorous plecos? Have you tried earthworm sticks from Ken's Fish? I don't use any food from Ken's Fish anymore. I feed them Repashy. It's a way to say thanks for taking time out to spend with us by liking. I butchered that sentence, but yes, thank you, Racing. Don't answer the favorite group question. They only want you to guess your age. Yeah, that's why I said the Beatles. Anyone here try CCAM's title, Hang On Back? Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, somebody had to have because it's just a rebranded Hang On Back filter. What's Bob going to do now that he can't drink? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Bob, you collect your own spiderwood. I'm not sure if it's legal or not, but yep, I do have some that's by me. There is one little peninsula, and it's on one side of it. You know, Tyler says, you know, Lucas doing water changes with that new RO system you got. Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter what day it is. You pretty much know he's doing water changes. How many tanks he has, and he does manual water changes on all of them. Kayla says, why does everyone hate hang-on bags? So easy to modify. Because they break all the time. I just had an AquaClear 50 break on me a couple days ago. You'll see it in tomorrow's video. Not even a year old. They're junk. All junk. What is spiderwood? You should let Google image search it. Somebody on the Tank Talk Facebook group has the new Seachem tidal filter. Well, it's not even new. It's it's that Italian brand. Somebody said it last time. I don't remember what it is. But it's just a rebranded. It's been the same filter for 20 years. Bob, what was your first car you owned? I think it was a Model T. V-Stag says, what broke on it? I don't know. You plug it in and it does nothing. It's definitely the pump. Whiskey says, do you use OBS? Yes, I use OBS. I don't use the other ones. Penny says, how many tanks do you have? 50 or 60, but only 26 are actually being used right now. Abby has 1 subscriber, apparently. Now she has 2. Bob, how would you collect Cory eggs? If I was specifically breeding Corys, I would not collect them. I would have them in their own tank. If my Corys in this tank behind me bred, I would leave them since I'm not trying to breed them. I know that's probably not the answer you're looking for. If you had to collect them, I would scrape them off with a razor blade. My hang-on back's been running for years, no issues. Yeah, the old ones are great. Like, if you can get a hang-on back filter that's like 20 years old, that thing's going to go forever. Hey, Bob, what's your favorite filtration and why? Ask Jack, and that's sponge filters. I clean mine weekly, assuming you're talking about HOBs. Gotta go, Bob. The 3rd Dirty Harry movie is on. Okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll allow Dirty Harry. Bob says, how did you filter tanks back in the 20s? We really didn't. We didn't know anything about that kind of stuff. We just had some really nasty water. Sometimes you can remove the pump and flick the impeller to restart it. That's what I have to do with my Aquarium ones, and I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. Why do all my power heads last for years, but they can't get a stupid pump and a hang-on back filter to last? Apparently Jacob's aquarium is live. No, I don't want to invade his channel because I don't really have the same relationship with him as I do with Inglorious Beta. Not that I have a relationship with her, but at least we're kind of friends. We're like fish YouTube friends. And I've never talked to Jacob once, so I don't know how well that would go over. What's the name of the red plant behind you? It's Lagudia Mini Red, something like that, I think. Let me Google it. It's actually an aquavit. It was a, yeah, Ludwigia Mini Red. And it was actually in vitro plant, so. I really like tissue culture plants, and that was a tissue culture plant, and you can see how good it looks. Travis says, I use hang-on back as plant filters along with my DIY above tank planters. You know, the one hang-on back filter that I've never had a problem with is one Aquarium with the only thing that's in it is plants, house plants. That's the only thing in there. I've never had a problem with it. Bob took care of Moses' aquarium during the Exodus. Yep. He gifted it to me. Joel says, cracks me up how there's fish room cliques and subgroups. There certainly is, and I've just never talked to him. So when I started my channel, he like disappeared, and he recently came back like a month or 2 ago. So he kind of went to do his nursery and quit making YouTube videos for a while. So when I kind of grew, and I'm still a really small channel, but he just wasn't around. Destroyed my hang on back filter when I put sand in my tank. Yep, that'll do it. Maggie says, how many fishes do you have in there? I have no idea. But that's the main bulk of them right there. There's a bumblebee catfish in there somewhere that you see about once a year. And then some of these aspidors. And then there's also Corridori pygmaeus in there. Stocking over the intake tube. Yep, that works. Yeah, sorry, Maggie. I mean, I don't know exactly, but that's a good portion of them that you're looking at right there. It's hard to count them. I don't really keep exact numbers. Tyler says, put Jacob on the background muted. His nursery is like 50 minutes from my house, so he's kind of local, but not really here in San Diego, where everyone else is living. And how's your water parameters? I have, if you're talking about my water parameters out of the tap, it's really soft. It's terrible. I hate it. I agree with you that some of those hemichroma species are very hard to research. Oh, did I miss it? Yes, agreed. Hard to research. Oh, look at that. I was just talking about Inglorious Bettas, and I didn't even know she was in my channel. I demand a fish room tour the next time I'm home in Seattle. Anytime. Anyone's welcome as long as I get fair warning. At least a day in advance. So at least I can vacuum my floor. Steenfott to dominate fish room subscribers by... I don't know about that. Okay, so... coming back down. My best advice is to go with the flow and see what happens. Yeah, I try to scroll up, see what you guys are talking about, but I don't want to scroll up back that far. Travis says his hang on the back has lava rock and pothos. Yeah. Oh, I think mine has the clay, like hydrogen balls in it. Maybe that's what's in there. Dog hair, extra carpeting. Yep, it protects the carpet. Bob is live. That's a surprise. You'd let anyone in your home for a fish room tour? Almost. I would let you in there. I feel comfortable enough with you. But I wouldn't let some random dude off Craigslist. David says, hey Bob, are Corridori community fish? Yeah. There is maybe like just a small handful of species that are even resemble maybe semi-aggressive, but I would say pretty much all of them are community fish. Pothos in the hang on back is good to remove excess nitrates out of the water. Yeah, that's pretty much all I care about too. How are we, Bob? We are good. How are you? Sharing is caring. What is the fish you know you will never own? Any saltwater shark. It's kind of a cop-out question or answer, maybe. I could say manta ray. Oh, yeah, I guess I should ask Inglorious Bettas when is she coming to Seattle next. But that goes both ways, because if I ever come to your area, then I need a tour of all your bettas and of all your fish. So, trying to arrange a genetics talk with a master betta breeder, but he's in the Netherlands. Wow. Field trip to my house? Sure. I want to go to Cole's house, and I want to film his tanks. Do you folks think, Big Fly Media, do you folks think we need more people live streaming? Should I do one? It never hurts. Okay, here we go. Visit anytime. Let me know like a week in advance so I can organize with the Pacific Coast Cichlid Association and get you into some crazy cichlid fish rooms. Oh, that would be awesome. So, aren't you in the Bay Area? I don't remember. So I would have to spend like a month there to film all these rooms. That would be cool. Got some big cichlid people there. Interesting. It's cheap to fly to California, that much I know. Yeah, San Francisco, that's what I thought. Let's have a live stream every day of the week. I feel like I had a live stream every day last week. Just trying to finish the month out strong. Do you keep any live food cultures? Just microworms. Although you'll see if you watch tomorrow's video, I did find some interesting stuff in one of my tanks that I'm going to try to keep alive. Joel says he'd watch a big fly. Yeah, I'd watch you too. Bob61, getting closer. Live stream is great with great people. Yeah, I like most of the live streams I've seen. PCCA is only an hour away from me. San Francisco Aquarium Society meets Fridays, then you can drive to Sacramento for Sacramento Aquarium Society meeting the next day. Oh man, that seems like a lot of logistics to work out. Trevor wants to know, what type of medications do you use on newly bought fish? Mainly just General Cure. I use General Cure. If I start to see some weird things on fish, maybe they got bit, something like that, I'll usually treat with like Paragard. Something that's just really, I mean, Paragard is not even a real medication, I feel. But it just makes me feel better to use it. Big Fly, I'll be there, just don't do it at the same time as Corey, Lucas, or Bob. Yeah, I know Lucas and I both do Saturdays, like back to back, which is pretty fun. Oh man, I just scrolled past it all. Okay, now I'm curious, how many tanks do you have set up? My mom thinks I'm nuts for having a 45-gallon. I promised her I'd buy a bigger house before I went with bigger than a 55. I have 26 tanks set up right now. Oh, I'm excited for tomorrow. Yeah, I still, tomorrow, make sure. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow's video. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll try to find a slot that does not interfere with anyone else's. That may be tough with Bob, though. That was only last week that I did it that many times. Charlie's Fish and Flora, I love your streams. At Bob, thank you. Oh, man. Hey, Bob, when are you going to get that saltwater Xenia tank? So I got, that's Reef and Live Bear Aquatics. I got the tank. I got a 14-gallon BioCube, and the LED light was upgraded to, I don't remember what they are, but it's crazy bright, and he used it for salt. And hopefully might pick that tank up next Tuesday at the Seattle Aquarium Society. And then I've already got all the salt. I've got everything I need to do it from the last time I kept a BioCube. So hopefully after I get it next week, hopefully not very long. I don't know. I've got a ton of projects going right now. Fish Aquarius says, what's the best cichlid to breed? I will tell you my favorite cichlids to breed are Cyprichromis, but that's a pretty broad question. Bob, you're like a local Petco, but better. I would hope I'm better. My Petcos are terrible. Abby says, sorry, but I have to go. Thank you so much for subscribing. I loved the stream, and I hope everyone has an amazing day. Thanks again for stopping by, Abby, one of my regulars, if I can call you that. Have I heard of a species, Hemichromis? Not that I remember, but that doesn't mean that I haven't looked it up at some point. These kind of look like my Cryptoheros, except a different color. They have the same spot on the fin. Is it just a jewel cichlid? Or a type of jewel cichlid? No. Well, I've heard of jewel cichlids if it's just a type of jewel cichlid. And now I scrolled past everyone. Ree says, no way, awesome, going tap or RO. Nope, I don't have any frags. I mean, my local fish store is saltwater as well, so I'll get a little piece of pulsing xenia. I'm just going to start with one little piece. That's it. And I'm not going to install an RO unit. I'll just get saltwater from my local fish store. Charlie's Fish and Flora says, what do you buffer your Tanganyikan tanks with? Seachem Tanganyikan buffer. What's the best cichlid to breed in a 10-gallon for profit? I mean, you could breed a pair of Apistos, but I don't know how much profit you're gonna make. Granted, they have like 50 fry if you can, but you'll need a different tank to grow them out with. Maybe I don't even think Crebensis. I think they would be too angry. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be tough. A cichlid in a 10-gallon for profit. Ryan says, just keep more people on your live stream than Jacob. I don't even know how many I have in my live stream. I'm not trying to like compete with him. How often would you feed fresh veggies to a fish? I would feed them every day if that's what you want to do. Depends on the fish, but I used to feed my bristlenose plecos like cucumbers every day. Everything is better than Petco. Yeah, I would hope so. Oops. Charlie's Fish and Flora says, Shelly's in a 10-gallon? Yeah, but it's not going to be profitable. That's the problem. You can breed a lot of cichlids in a 10-gallon aquarium. But the second part was what would be profitable, and I don't think anything would be. Short Anxious says, it's one of the 11 species of jewel cichlids I liked and I've discovered while doing research on jewels. Didn't know there were that many. Well, there you go. That's why this hobby is so fun. I spend hours on the internet, almost daily. Now, I've heard zucchini is better than cucumber. Yes, no. I don't know that it's better, but it's funny because people that use cucumber like don't use zucchini, and people that use zucchini like don't use cucumber. I would alternate. I don't think it would be a problem. I just find cucumber is easier. I don't know, that doesn't really make sense either, but I don't know why. I've just always gone for cucumber. Mainly because if I like cucumber so I can eat it myself. I don't really like zucchini. Fish Aquarius says, I'm going to try Crebensis. Wish me luck. I mean, they'll definitely breed, but they're so cheap. Crebensis are just really cheap, so it's hard to do it for profit. Pavilion says, you going to go on Corey's live stream again, Bob? Yeah, it'll happen. Zucchini is much easier to grow for me. Yeah, I just don't like it. So if I'm going to get something, I want to I want to be able to eat it too. Make sure to keep your flow super low or it doesn't pulse like you want. Any fish ideas? No. I like invertebrate, so I want to get the I forget what they're called, but I want to get the shrimp that dance. I'm sure you know what they're called. Quality zucchini is harder to find here at the stores. Yes, I always have some research. I always have to research some sort of fish I stumble across. See, what I do is I go to so the Wet Spot Tropical Fish in Portland, Oregon has a list of like 1,000 fish that they sell. And I'll just go through line by line and Google every single one. Stop making noise. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh. Oh. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Oh, give me a kiss. Oh. Okay. 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 Okay, now that I missed everyone's chat, zucchini has way more nutritional value. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I still don't like it. Hi, my convicts just had babies, and the mother and babies are together, but the father is on the other side of the tank, and it looks like he's hiding behind the sponge. Should I separate them? Yeah, she might try to kill him. That's pretty common for cichlids. Tried green beans. Yeah, so I used to do cucumbers all the time, and then I tried the canned green beans, and it's just so easy. Yep, my dog is great. My dog is good. I'm covered in dog hair. Bob, I've been doing the same thing at the Wet Spots website. They still have Leopoldite angels in stock if you're interested. I think I would rather have the red koi, but the Leopoldite are pretty awesome. I wish they were just a different color. The husky girl is doing good and seems to be doing a lot better. Yep, she's doing pretty good. I think tomorrow will be 2 weeks since I've had to take her in to the ER, so she's definitely in a lot better spirits. And like I said, she chased down a guy yesterday at like 12 or 1 in the morning, so she's doing good. Organic baby food, peas and green beans are good for fry. That's funny, I had to feed my dog organic baby food like a month ago. Dog hair adds personality. So what did I miss? I'm sure I missed a lot. If I missed your comment or question, sorry, I got distracted. I'd say go straight for fire shrimp. Skunk cleaners are the ones that dance. Skunk cleaners, I've never heard them call that. Oh, sexy shrimp. That's the one. Those are the ones that dance, like the little pom poms or whatever. I thought, maybe. Sexy shrimp. I think I tried sexy shrimp last time, but my fish ate them, and that was expensive food. Yeah, sexy shrimps. That's what I want. Tyler just ordered a python. I'm stoked. Oh, I thought you meant like a python, like a ball python. That's funny. Okay, let me get back down to hopefully somewhere where we're at. 19 years old for a dog, Kayla, is amazing. Yep. Is there any special way to prepare green beans before putting them in the tank? I've never tried green beans, besides like French cut canned green beans, which don't need to be prepared. Bob, what do you feed swordtail fry? I would feed him golden pearls or Hikari first bites. My python changed my life. I use the Aquarium one, but same thing. And they are fantastic. Can you recommend an online store for multis, similis, besides Aquabid? The Wet Spot Tropical Fish in Portland, Oregon, I believe has some. That pom-pom crab, they die very easy. If you want sexy shrimp to stay alive, you need an anemone or, yep, that coral for it to live in. Yeah, mine got eaten. That was dumb. I think I paid like $8 each for, I think I got 5 of them. One of them lived a long time, but the other 4 were eaten almost immediately. Here for the Dog says, how did you get a hold of your Gary Lang rainbows? I would love to order rainbows from him, but can't figure out how. Because he doesn't sell them to just anyone. I'm lucky in that he's been to our aquarium society many, many times, and he always brings eggs or fry. He'll email our aquarium society. That's where I got the last ones, is he sent our aquarium society an email and was like, just for you guys, I've got like 100 fry or whatever. So he usually reaches out to people that he trusts to keep his fish alive. Every once in a while, you can find him on Aquabid as Rainbow Fish, I think is his name. But it's very rare. He might post like 3 or 4 times a year on Aquabid. Adult rainbows were like $35 a piece at Big Isles near Toronto. I would probably sell them for at least that. Adult rainbows, they take so long to grow. How did you join an aquarium group and why? William wants to know. Most bigger cities have aquarium societies, and it's just for that specific reason. They bring in, world-renowned, famous fish people, and they do monthly talks. Mine has an auction after every meeting, and people bring all their plants and all their fry, and you get stuff for like $1. So that's why I joined. Didn't you do an unboxing vid of his rainbow fish? Yeah, at least one. The rainbows in this tank behind me are from Gary Lang. They're pretty young here, so they're not really that colored up. Reef and Live Bear Aquatics, apparently you're up to 130 subscribers. There you go. I want a DIY. Okay, watch out. I gotta scooch back in. Sorry, dog. I want to do a DIY filter to use with my Python. My well water is great for my fish, but tends to be kind of cloudy. DIY filter with your Python? Jasper wants to know if you can do freshwater mollies and cherry shrimp. As long as you have a lot of places for the cherry shrimp to hide. Oh, I just scrolled over your name and it showed that you were at 130 subscribers. That's it. Racing is at 54, so you're beating him. It's a race. Tyler, the way the Python is designed, it aerates the water to reduce the chlorine and dose the prime. There is no need to bucket it. I've never had an issue filling. I adjust the temp at the faucet. Yeah, I would say that's what like 99% of the people do. I use Seachem Safe, which is the same thing in powder form. And right on the bottle it says you can add it directly to the water while doing your water change. Someone didn't know who you were on Periscope when I was watching both you and Corey. Well, I don't know what Periscope is, so I guess I don't feel too bad. I use that method 3 times a week in my discus tanks and never had a problem. I've never had a problem. Short and Anxious says, Bob, you said you were going to end the live stream at 8 and the results will come in and you lied. Nope. It's only 7:35 where I'm at. So I did not lie. Are there any safe plants that you could grow in an above tank sump that you could eat? A lot of people grow like vegetables and herbs in above ground. And I don't know why it wouldn't be safe to eat. Well, I wish I had more, but don't we all? One thing I found out, Reef, is that because I'm pretty sure that you're still featured on my channel, being featured on other people's channels does absolutely nothing. That's what I've learned. Periscope is Twitter's version of live shows. Huh. Yeah, I'm not too up with all this social media stuff. I mean, I have most of it, but I don't use it. I think I have like 5 followers on Twitter. So yeah, I'm a pretty big deal on Twitter. A lot of people keep freshwater tanks, and a lot keep saltwater. Why don't many people keep brackish tanks? Probably because fish stores don't have brackish tanks. I don't know that I've ever been in a fish store that had a brackish tank. So maybe just the people don't know about it. That's what I would guess. A chat war with Jacob's Aquarium would get you over 5,000 subs. I'm not really here to go to war with anyone. Shore says, darn, say here, I forgot you were an hour earlier. Yep, that's what you get for thinking you're being clever. I feature you, Bob, just sharing the love. Yep, I feature you. I changed the way I feature channels, though, so it shows up on mobile devices. So now if you go to my channel and look on the right where it normally is, it just has related, and you actually have to scroll down to see the featured channels. But on mobile, it comes up right away. Racing says, we are all in this together. We support for the hobby, other channels. It's all about us and our love. Yeah, this has been a really, really good community. I've been a part of like a lot of different hobbies and a lot of different clubs. Well, not clubs, but like groups. And this is by far one of the best ones I've been involved with. Pavilion says Jacob made a video with his shirt off, lost me there. Yeah, that was interesting. You don't have to worry about that with me because I'll lose like 80% of my subs. The fish community is the best. I agree. Even with all like the haters out there that say you can't do that, you're stupid. That's such a small percentage. Like I still feel overall, it's a really cool place. Zaffer said that video blew my mind. It was an interesting choice. I'm not sure if it worked for him. Charles Fish Tank says, wow, really? Yeah. I see a lot from YouTube and Facebook as well. Do you run CO through a canister filter? No, I do not. I've thought about it, but I'm so uninterested in CO2 right now that I'm not going to change anything. Because right now, I just don't care. Short and Anxious says, what? Jacob made a video with his shirt off? Didn't know that. Boy, she sounds excited. I bet she's over there right now. Jacob disappeared for months and then returned half naked. Oh, man. Something to do after the stream. Man, you guys are really starting to try start a war. Okay, here we got a real fish comment here, I think. If I were you, Bob, I'd get a pseudochromis for your saltwater. See, I don't even know enough about saltwater to know what that is. But here, I'll guess I'll have to Google it. Oh, okay. What's the... Oh, the dotty back. Okay, yeah, I know about those. I don't know enough to know, like, scientific names of everything. Like, I feel a little... Shut up, Bob. I have seen Jacob's video. I'm sure you have. For the love of all things fish, keep your shirt on for your vids. I don't know. Might come off. Oh, another real fish comment here. Both of my female guppies had babies on the same day. That's awesome. So I, just for fun, maybe most of you know, some of you don't. You know, I have the red Delta guppies, and that's it. So I'm going to cross them with half back, half black, yellow pastel guppies. Is that a thing? I don't even know. Half black, yellow pastel, just for fun. I'm gonna trade some of my red Delta guppies for some of those and see what they make. I'll probably get like brown, gray guppies out of it, but it should be fun. Jacob is live streaming in his underwear. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not wearing pants under here, but you can't see that, so it doesn't matter. I've never been so close to a heart attack. There are a lot of people who think only their way works. I try to keep an open mind, says Travis. Yeah. And I find that that's a way with a lot of like the old-time fish keepers just refuse to, and I hate to generalize or group people like that, but anytime someone's like getting in an argument on the internet, it seems like they're an older person that's been doing this since like the 70s, and it's their way or the highway. They don't accept change or any new research that's come out. And obviously, you know, there's exceptions to the rules, and that's not everyone. That's just how I feel. Bob, I just scrolled all past that. Now I lost where I was at. Well, I'm going to cheat on you and check out Jacob's shirtless guy out for a couple of minutes. That's fine. Anyone want any... I don't know what that is, Tara. I have 2 left that I need to get out of my crowded tank. 2. Anyone want... sorry, yeah, I don't know what that is. But if anyone wants cichlids, get a hold of Tara, however. Not sure. See, well, of course I want to pick on you because you tried to ban me. See, I'm always being picked on, and Kyle didn't even let me time out Elon Lucas Mod War on Sunday. Yeah, but you wanted to. You really, really wanted to. You gotta be quicker. You gotta be quicker. LOL, don't stand up by accident. Do you know much about Senapoma, African bushfish? Such as how are they with one another, ideal tank mates, and so on. I've never personally kept them. I've read about them a little bit, but I don't know anything more than just basic information, so I'd hate to tell you. I'm back. Waste of time. Totally closed. Sorry to disappoint you, Joel. I'm selling YouTube Fish Hunks 2017 calendars. Oh man. This chat has really gone off the deep end here. Getting too comfortable doing YouTube. I guess so. Okay, hey, we got another real question, okay? Let's time out for a second. Where'd it go? Here it is. Michelle asks, Bob, what fertilizer do you use? Right now, I'm using Aquarium Co-op Easy Green with my own special blend of dry ferts that I mix in with it. So I showed it a couple videos ago, and if you look at it, it's like a darker kind of greenish brown color. That's because I've kind of modded it to kind of fit my water parameters, and I haven't said what I did to it, and I won't say what I did to it because I don't want someone in Texas buying Aquarium Co-op and then doing the mod or modding it the way I did, and then killing all their fish or all their plants because we have completely separate water. So my base is the Aquarium Co-op Easy Green, and then I add a little bit of dry fruits to it. I hope that makes sense. Scrolled past everything again. Here we go. Please turn on the ability to rewind your live streams. Somebody told me that last time and I forgot to do it. And I don't have a pen to write it down. Sorry. I'll try it. I'll make that happen. There's one little button I gotta click that enables the DVR. Have you ever had a plant safe fish that turned out to not be plant safe for you? Not really. I find that that would happen a lot if like you're buying your fish at PetSmart or Petco, because all of their information is like wrong all the time. Like they would sell you 100 goldfish and say it's safe to put in dwarf hairgrass or something, you know, some delicate plant. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's okay. Now I've had, back when I was a noob, I've bought plants at Petco and PetSmart that were not truly aquatic, and that really pissed me off. But not the other way around. Joel says, as we age, our brains lose their neuroplasticity and ability to learn new things diminishes. Older men often go through whatever that word is. Combine the two, and there's angry old men on YouTube. There's a lot of angry old men on Facebook. Gotta say, Jacob's shirtless pic for June, July, and August. Some cichlid groups are very harsh when it comes to things. Oh man. When I showed my video of my 75-gallon tank, cichlid tank, that had imbunas, had haps, had basically fish from every African lake. Oh my gosh, there was a guy that yelled at me for days. I'm like, this tank's been going for, you know, over a year. Clearly everything's fine. But yeah, cichlid people get really angry really fast. YouTube haters, hey, it ain't us old-timers refusing to change. It's the new people who have learned just enough to think they are smart. There's definitely that group too. Yeah, there's definitely those guys. But again, as a whole, as a majority, I mean, you guys see people ask me questions, and I'll just be like, I don't know. I'm just here to talk about fish. I don't claim to be an expert. Certainly not. I'm far from an expert. I just like talking about fish. And if you ask me a question, I'll give you my opinion. That's about it. Big Fly Media, thanks for stopping by. Tang police and saltwater is even worse. Oh man. See you, Bob. Gotta go. Thanks for the stream. Thanks, Charles, Fish and Flora, if you're still here. Bob, what are good tank mates for rainbow? Any community fish are good tank mates for rainbows. I don't think you see them here, but I even have dwarf cichlids in this tank. But generally, dwarf cichlids hang out at the bottom, and rainbows, as you can see, are always on the top, and they do really good together. And with cichlids, depends on blah blah blah. Okay. So I think I'm back. Go back down. I have a question. My 2 male peacock cichlids are fighting. What should I do? Do you only have 2 males in there? That might be the problem. With cichlids, you're going to want a lot of males. Rift cichlid keepers get angry easy, or is it just cichlid keepers in general? I think I notice it more because most of my cichlids are African, so I probably just see it a lot more. Tara says, how do I tell if I overstock my tank? You have to measure your nitrates. If your nitrates are super high and you're doing water changes and then like 3 days later they're super high, you're probably overstocked. Tyler says, do you order my aquarium box, Bob, or anyone? I do not, and I never will. Tim says, what got you into the hobby? Well, one, I've always been an animal person. I had a fish tank in junior high, high school, and then got out of it. And then I was out hiking and found some stickleback minnows that were in a dried up mud puddle. So I scooped them up, brought them home, threw them in a tank, and it's been downhill ever since. Fish Tropic says, Bob, did you know that cichlids derive from saltwater fish, therefore their colors and life resembles that of saltwater fish? Yep. And there's actually plankton, and like Lake Tanganyika has freshwater plankton. I remember Cichlid Forum chat room, it was a lot of fun. Sad that chat rooms have faded away. Yeah, forums in general are kind of dead. That was from Travis, and I just scrolled past it. Patty, is there any way to know when to breed your bettas? Male seems ready, however, I've only had the females for a month and they seem small. I've never bred bettas. What I would do is look up Inglorious Betta's channel. It's Inglorious Betta. And she is definitely one of the betta experts in the world, so I would look up her channel. Tara says, what are nitrates? Essentially your fish waste, fish poop. Tropical Fish Success says, I still go to Cichlid Forum. I go for like the species profile, but not on the actual forum. Little Lake Aquarium says nitrates are poop. Essentially, that is correct. The easy way to say it. You can get like test kits on Amazon or at your local fish store. I remember a lot of nights chatting with Pam Chin. Charles Fish Tank says, trying to get off Discus forums through Google searches is like trying to push Boulder up a mountain. Trying to get info off Discus forums. Yeah. Fish Tropic. I just scrolled past it, of course. See who is to say all cichlids aren't hybrids. See who is to say. See who is to say all cichlids aren't hybrids. Well, I guess and technically like everything would be a hybrid. I have found cichlids easy to keep. Yeah, they're pretty easy in my water too, but I'll probably never do discus though. White says, I have a 125-gallon community tank, but won't start a small 10-gallon breeding project. What fish would you suggest? I would probably only do guppies or endlers if it's something that you're trying to breed and then resell. That would be your best bet. Tanganyikan fish rules. Yep, they're one of my favorites. Is anyone else's screen froze? Mine is. Hopefully not. I don't see anyone in the live chat saying that, so I'll keep scrolling down. Short and Anxious says, I have to shut up and stop typing or my phone battery will die, but I will still be listening for the next 10 minutes. I feel like your phone battery is always dying. Do you ever plug it in? Fish Tropic says, Tangs do rule. Yep. Tara says, there's a lot of poop in my tank for my pleco. I will clean it out tomorrow and get a test. Thingy-mabobber. Yep. You definitely want to get a test, either the test strips or the liquid test. The test strips are probably going to be a lot easier for you. They're made by Tetra. What about mollies for breeding and reselling? I just find that guppies sell like instantly, and I don't feel that that's the case for mollies. Although they do sell relatively quick, but nothing sells like guppies do, at least in my area. Patty says, I recently discovered rainbows, Bosemani's, and turquoise in a 70-gallon, and they seem to breed daily. Is that normal? They can breed a lot. If they're really happy and well fed, they'll breed a lot. Now, are they actually breeding and dropping eggs, or are they just like flashing? Because that's a little different. Joel says, what's your opinion on Eco Complete, and is it different from black and red? Simply, I don't even find the difference in granule size, because I have red and black. I like the red just because I like the way it looks better, but I don't notice a difference between them at all. But I really like it. I wish it was cheaper, but I do really like Eco Complete. My cichlids have, Tara says, my cichlids have a problem of trying to bite me when I feed them, and I have one 4-year-old male African cichlid that jumps out of the tank about once a month. Any suggestions? Do you have tops on your tanks? Or on your tank? That would be the easiest. As far as biting you, I don't think there's anything you can do about that. My little shell dwellers sometimes bite me, and they're only an inch long cichlid. Exaptor says, I've been using 88 aqua soil in my 29-gallon, and it's so light, I wish I had stuck with Eco Complete. Yeah, that's kind of what I don't like about aqua soil. Okay, Rico Suave is here. Hey, for the person who asked about nitrates, it's the end product from the nitrogen cycle. It necessarily isn't poop, more the poop breaking down to become nitrate. Yep. I literally cannot find anyone worth listening to who says a bad word about Eco Complete. Yeah, the only bad thing is how much it is. And you always need more than what they recommend. Because they recommend like 2 bags for a 40-gallon breeder. And 2 bags in a 40-gallon breeder gets you like 1 inch, which I don't like it that shallow. Codfish says, hi Bob, new to running CO2 and just added it to my tank 2 months ago. Any tips how you run yours? Do you go for 1 full point drop in pH? Not really. I mean, my pH does drop probably from about 6.8 to about 6.2, but I don't really specifically run my CO2 at, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't run my CO2 to get to a certain drop, and then I don't play that game. That's too much work. I barely even run my CO2. I run it for like 3 hours a day. If that makes sense. Tara says, I have a top, but there is a hole in the back of the tank where the bubbler system goes through. He can just fit through it. You can try like saran wrap if that's too ugly for you. I don't know, but I sometimes use saran wrap to cover up little holes. Just realized Bob found a shirt. Oh man, that means he was listening to me when I said I lost it. I did find it. I did. Man, my face is shiny. But I did find the Aquarium Co-op shirt. Fish Tropic says, Bob, do you feed live foods? And if so, what types? I like to feed black worms, but you can never get them anymore. So the only live food I'm using right now is micro worms for some of my fry. And then I also am trying to start some live foods, which you'll see in tomorrow's video. Pretty sure it's tomorrow's. Joel says he's not wearing pants though, Corey. Don't ask him to stand up again. Yep. Don't get us started in that again. Duct tape for holes. Yep. Terrible Charles. It's absolutely shocking there, beyond belief. Aquarium Co-op says Amazon is $2 more than wholesale for Eco Complete, so you'll only ever find it cheaper if it's on clearance. Sometimes Petco has it on sale for like $22.99, but otherwise it's like $23.99. I've seen it as at $1 off. I'd rock an Aquarium Co-op beanie. I've been trying to get an Aquarium Co-op hoodie for like a year. If I don't get a hoodie, you don't get a beanie. That's how it is. That's the rule. With the puffer. Oh yeah, the puffer on the hoodie. Or on the beanie. Mark says, thanks for mentioning food. My fish want food now. My fish always want food. Patrick says, you have any beef with the other guy streaming talking about aquariums? He's talking trash. Not that I know of. Joel says, Corey, I'm not married and own a bathtub, so I might... Oh man, I just lost it. Corey, I'm not married and own a bathtub, so I might try the DIY approach with that turf stuff you were talking about. Yeah. That seems like such a pain in the butt. I know a lot of people swear by it, though. Eco Complete, Corey says, Eco Complete is $22.09 on Amazon for me at the moment. Pretty much unbeatable. Yeah. Plus free shipping, which is ridiculous. Well, if you have Prime. Penny says, gonna say goodnight, everybody. It has been fun. Bob later. Thanks again for stopping by, Penny. The Human Pleco says, I'm getting a 90-gallon tank and stand with lights for free. That's always nice. Kayla says, I'm back. Did Bob stand up? Nope, thankfully I did not. Aqua Scott says, how hard is it to breed a mono shrimp? I hear they need saltwater mix. Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's something I would never try. I am following a guy on Facebook that's doing it, and the process that he goes through for how cheap they are, it's something I would never want to go through. Aquarium Co-op said, Bob. And Glorious Betta says she loves live stream when she's working in the fish room. We should all get together. I think Glorious Betta says she was coming up in 2 weeks. We should all do something. Do like a fish hangout. That's what I'm thinking. Rico says, if people want cheap plant tank substrate, safety sorb is good, bang for the buck, but needs to be washed like crazy. Yeah, I think that's what they were talking about. Has Kyle disappeared again? I'm not sure. I know he disappeared at one point. I don't know if he disappeared again. Tim says, a hoodie sounds awesome. Yeah, I would love a hoodie. David said, if you guys are ever in Arizona, look me up. I've been to Arizona once in my life. I don't know that I'd go back. But anyways, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta go. I need to take the dog out. That's gonna do it for me. I appreciate everyone stopping by. It's always a ton of fun. If you want to wait, and Glorious Beta says, oh no, LW was saying you need to know. Oh, I need to notify you 2 weeks prior. Okay. Well, never mind. You should still come to Seattle, though. But, yep. Anyways, I still got a lot of stuff to do tonight, so I'm going to take off. Thanks, everyone. It was a great night. Great hanging out with you. Love talking fish. And I will see you guys maybe Thursday live stream, but definitely Saturday. So, I'll see you guys then.